Hey, yo, hey, good self care Saturday morning. I'm thrilled to have you join us for another inspiring episode of Saturday Morning Spotlight. I'm your host, Val Irving, your dedicated self care coach and motivator. And today I have an incredible guest with me, Adrienne Brown, here to shed light on the world of physical self care. And guess what? Finding balance. Adrienne, it's a pleasure to have you join me today. But before we get into today's topic, please introduce yourself to our listeners.
Well, first of all, Val, thank you so much for allowing me to share this space with you. Again, my name is Adrienne Brown. I am from New York and been in Atlanta for about 30 years. Currently, I am a business analyst at one of the large payroll organizations in Atlanta. I am a business analyst there. But outside of that, I do a small projects. I have a writing service and a media service. I'm also a voice actor. So I do a lot of voice acting as my weekend gig. I do also do a lot of writing and media services as well. I am a mom, a sister, a daughter, a wife, and a friend. Things that I like to do, I love playing tennis, enjoy an occasional glass of wine, and do some Pilates and meditating and just enjoying life.
Oh, wow. Okay, listen. She's got a full list, you guys. You heard all the things she ran off. But listen, I want us to just get on into it, okay? So let's start off simple. And what we're really going to talk about real quick are the benefits of exercise. So, what I'm going to ask you to do is if you will share with our viewers, what are some of the benefits that exercise brings to our physical and also our mental well being?
Well, we all know that we need to get out and exercise. There studies have been showing that sitting down is harmful to your health. So it's important for us to get out and move and just do something. It doesn't matter what it is, just move your body. There's a lot of research that supports that moving the body helps your mind.
Yeah.
There is a mind and body connection. So when you move your body, you're moving your mind, and you're treating yourself to something that's greater than what you can expect if you do it alone. You do it with folks, you can do it by yourself, but just do it.
Ooh, listen, just do it, y'all. I couldn't agree more with what you said, Adrian. And you know what? Like you said, it's really amazing how exercise can have such a, I'm going to use the word profound impact on our lives, right? Because you talked about just moving. And one thing I will say is that walking is just a great way to get into some exercise. And during the pandemic, I walked like every single day. The world opened back up and then I fell off. Ugh, I lost my focus, right? But here's what I want to ask. It's like what the viewers will not even ask. What the viewers don't know is that a few years ago, you were diagnosed with cancer. And I remember you shared that personal information with us. So I'm going to ask if you don't mind if you would share a bit of your story with our listeners, okay?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Happy to share. Uh, Tax Day 2019 was the day that I was officially diagnosed. So I actually have two reasons why I don't like April 15th. But prior to that, my mammogram was supposed to be typical and it was anything but. And I was fortunate to have a doctor that actually advocated for me. I know that right now we're trending that, you need to advocate for yourself, but I had a physician that actually advocated for me. She saw something, or she felt something, I should say, and she was determined to find out what it was. All of my mammograms came back negative. Nothing showed in a biopsy. I'm sorry, it wasn't until I took a biopsy. I had took two mammograms, one diagnostic, one regular. Nothing showed up. It wasn't until she insisted that I do a biopsy did they find something that was not working well in my body. That took me on to a journey that would last a little over a year. Did the traditional chemotherapy and radiation, but I also brought in some natural homeopathic measures as well. I do a lot of essential oils that helps with maintaining balance and keeping positive thoughts. Because one thing I have learned through this journey is that it is so important to keep positive thoughts in your mind. uh, you'd be amazed Sometimes we don't talk to other people the way we talk to ourselves in our head. And I found, with sharing with other survivors that it again, the mind and the body are a huge component. And leaving in stress and not saying the things that you need to say for so many years does have a negative impact on your body. So it is important to say the things that you need to say and don't keep them inside.
Wow, I absolutely agree. And it's like you said, what those things that we're just keeping in our mind. I'm a big advocate of some talk therapy. Get that stuff up and get it out of you. You said we don't talk to other people like we talk to ourselves, and a lot of times that those negative conversations that we're having with ourselves, it's just taking our energy from us. And so I absolutely wholeheartedly agree with what you just said there. One of the things I meant to ask you, but I'm going to ask you now too, is as it pertains to cancer survivors, what are some good exercises that are, beneficial and suitable for the survivor?
Well, to your point, walking. That
Okay.
is the most important thing that you can do. I mean, of course, after you go through all of your surgeries, we may not be able to walk outside, but just a matter of just getting off your couch and walking to a different room is always going to be a good start. For me, I had what's called lymph nodes removed from underneath my right armpit. So it was difficult for me to move my arm, but it was physical therapy that helped me to get better range of motion. I'm not back 100%, but just moving something, just having a can in your hand, if you don't have weights, just having a can in your hand to kind of move your body and move those muscles.
Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Val, your self-care coach and motivator, and I am stopping by to personally invite you to join us here in Atlanta for an unforgettable experience, the Serenity Seeker Retreat, going down in February. Listen, take a minute and imagine this with me. Mornings that begin with guided meditation. Why? Because it's going to set the tone for the day. And then afternoons filled with transformative workshops, y'all, that will help to empower us on this journey. And then in the evening, we're going to offer an opportunity to connect and to, guess what? Rejuvenate. I'm telling you, this is more than just a retreat. It's going to be an awakening of the soul, a celebration of self-care, and a journey towards serenity. So don't miss your chance to discover transformation, connection, and maybe even reconnecting with yourself. So register today for the Serenity Seeker Retreat in February 2024, going down right here in the A. Join us on this path, y'all. Join us on this path of serenity, self-care, and self-discovery. The link is in the bio. Go on and click it. I'm going to see you there.
Now, as you get stronger, some more physical things that you can do is do some traditional weightlifting, moving your biceps, moving your legs. It's important to move your body. And one thing that I've recently started doing is rebounding. Have a mini trampoline, just small enough for me to put in my living room, and I will just jump on that because it helps to move the lymphatic system. And that's the primary thing that you have to keep flowing, but there's nothing that's going to help that. So what you have to do is move your body. I've taken on doing the rebounder, and it's a fun way to move your body.
Wow. You know what? I can't even tell you how inspiring it is just to have you here telling us the story and sharing with us not only the exercises, but just kind of sharing with us a little bit of how how you found out and how you had to kind of walk through what you found out. It's hard. It's really hard to get your mental in place. And so thank you again for sharing that with us, because looking at you today, who would know? Nobody would know. Smiling, beautiful, and not allowing cancer to win. And I absolutely love it. You know, you heard me a minute ago. I said, I need to do better. And I know I'm not the only one. I know there's other listeners and people watching, and they're probably saying, Ooh, I know that's me. I need to be up and moving a little bit too. So here's what I want to know. Tell us, what are some easy and accessible ways, that we can actually begin? I know you shared walking and the trampoline thing, but what other things can we do on our self-care journey, especially if we're new to starting over or fighting and battling with this illness?
Ugh, well, the first thing you will want to do is if you need an accountability partner,
Mm.
get one. If you feel that you're not going to motivate yourself, find somebody that's in your area around the same time that will help you say, "Well, come on, girl, let's get up and do things." Because trust me, as much as I am an advocate for moving, there are times that I'm in that valley where I just don't feel like doing anything today, and I'm just not going to do it. But if I have those moments, I know I have to have balance. If anything that we've learned during this pandemic is balance is so important. So if I have a day where I'm not exercising, I'll get up the next day and exercise and also watch what I eat. There's something also important to the foods that you put in your body. That's going to help you move. I mean, again, I primarily do fruits and veggies and fish, but trust me, I do have my occasional slice of pizza, especially with my family because we all agree on pizza. So everything is in moderation. So just pace yourself and be kind to yourself. Those are the two important things that's to get you started.
Yeah, I like every single one of those suggestions, and I'm with you. I mean, we can't disagree on pizza. We can't disagree on pizza. But again, I love all of those suggestions. And when I initially reached out to you about being one of my guests, one of the things you said is that music was a mood booster. And I love music too. I mean, I really do wholeheartedly. But tell us how music uplifts your spirit and helps make your physical self-care routines even more enjoyable.
Yes. So studies have shown that mood and music go hand in hand. Scientifically, it does something in your brain. It's the dopamine. It's the feeling fun and feeling good movements in your body. And I know we all have those one or two songs that will get us up off our chairs, or if we have a good playlist and a good pair of sneakers, we could probably walk for days. So there's always uh, a mood booster. It's a confidence booster. You have that one song maybe before an interview. You have that one song on your playlist. Once you hear that, it's no stopping you. You can do whatever you want to do. It's That's what music can do for you. Music helps with your energy. It helps with your frequency, and it also helps with your vibration.
Ooh, girl, you breaking it down. I love it. A minute ago, I'm going to back you up just a little bit because initially, or in our last segment, you said be kind to yourself. You know, and I like to share that with my community as well. You've got to give yourself some grace. There is so much already going on. There's so many other people who are criticizing you and bad mouthing you and maybe putting you down and making you feel bad. So you can't be on that same bandwagon, right? You've got to give yourself some grace and be kind to yourself. And I would imagine that while you were dealing with all the things that come along with this cancer battle, that you had to give yourself some grace too. So what are some things that you can share with us as to why it's so important to practice that self compassion and kindness during this whole physical self care journey?
Yes. So, getting back to your vibrations and your energy and your feel goodness. Well, feeling good, just feeling good about yourself. It is so important to take care of what's going on inside here. Uh, no one hears what you say to yourself, so why not be good to yourself? In the past, before this journey that I was on, it was nothing for me. Like sometimes I would say something like, I am so STUIP. And I'm spelling it now because I understand that my spirit guides, they don't know whether you're joking or whether you're being sarcastic. You know, if you say it, that's what it is. If you notice, sometimes we may wake up, oh, I'm about to have a bad day. If you put that out there, your spirit guides don't know whether it's just, something that you're just going to say because that's the mood you're in. You know, if that's what you put out there, that's what you're going to receive. So it's so important to think positively and don't just do it just for doing a good sake. You got to mean it. It's going to be a good day. Look in the mirror and say, I love you. It's nothing that I won't do for you. If you don't hear it from somebody else, say it to yourself. And most of us we go to the bathroom and when we in the mornings and just take care of ourselves. It's nothing for us to just either say it out loud or just look directly in the mirror and look eye to eye with yourself and just say I love you.
Oh my goodness. Y'all hear them affirmations? She's like, go in there and affirm your own self. Self esteem is just that, self esteem. Nobody else can do it for you. Nobody else can say it. And you hit on something that I like to talk about too. And that is, we put stuff out there just saying it because you're so used to saying it. I'm going to have a bad day. Oh, don't start with me. It's going to be bad. And your spirit don't know you don't mean that. And your
Mhm.
spirit doesn't know that you don't want that. But if you throw it out there, then that's what you got, right? So wow. It has really been a pleasure, Adrienne, having you join me today. It's been great and I appreciate it. So again, I say thank you for sharing your story with us because it's so deeply personal. And a lot of times people don't like to let you know that they either going through something or been through something. So to have you come and share and be transparent with us and help us to understand, basically that no matter what we face, physical self-care, right? It's a must. We got to do
Mm.
it. So
So
listen,
important.
I'm sorry, I don't want to cut you off.
No, no, I was just agreeing with you. It's so
Okay.
important.
Absolutely. But listen, let me say this to the listeners before we wrap up today's episode. Y'all already know. We already talked about how music is important. And, we could almost have our own little self care dance party up in this piece. So, what we have is a musical treat, right? We have a self-care playlist that we have been adding to on a weekly basis. Every guest comes and they bring their self-care song that they want to add to the playlist. So Adrienne, did you come prepared to share your song with us today?
Yes, I had to dig deep and hard. I mean, one of my taglines on my social media is like, "Don't judge my playlist," because
Okay.
I'm all over the map. So, but I am going to keep it affirmation. It's the group is called Free Nationals and Chronics, and the title of the song is "Eternal Life," and
I
it talks
like it.
about good vibrations.
Okay, I want to. I haven't heard of it, but that don't mean I won't because we're gonna add that song to the playlist and we're gonna jam to that as well. I think it's a great choice, even though I haven't heard it. If it's something that's uplifting our spirits and uplifting our souls, then I am all for it. Right. So you guys, we can find that song and all the other songs on our playlist in your preferred platform. Right. So simply head over to Linktree, my Linktree, where you'll be able to find the link to the playlist for that on the platform of your choice. So that's probably Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, what have you. Adrienne, any parting words for our viewers?
I want everybody to just be kind to yourself. And if I can share one mantra that I have learned most recently, it's a Hawaiian mantra, the Hono Honopono, and it's just four phrases. It's thank you, I love you, please forgive me, I'm sorry. And
Mm.
you say those four phrases to yourself at least maybe 5 to 10 minutes throughout the day, and it uplifts your spirit.
Thank you so much, Adrienne, for joining us today. You guys, there you have it. We've had a great conversation on physical self care and we've added a dose of musical positivity to our journey, right? Listen, I'm so glad that you got up today with you on your mind. Until next Saturday, stay positive, stay inspired, and take care. I'll catch you right here on Saturday Morning Spotlight.